Hi, everybody. This is Chris Hill, and today I'm going to give you 5 hacks to help you sell your home in the first 5 days on the market. Let's get started. Okay, so let me tell you guys, there are lots of secrets to getting your home sold, but not anything that's top secret, and there probably isn't any great hacks to selling your home, many of which are pretty common knowledge, but in our business, a lot of people don't do those things because they're either there's either some urgency or some sort of reason to kind of expedite getting the house sold, so they don't take the time necessary to prepare the house. When I used to build houses, one of the things that we used to do that was very, very important was the day of closing. You used to get everything together in the house. So the presentation to the client had to be almost perfect, or basically as perfect as a new home could be. You wanted it that way the day they walked in the door. You would do everything from getting the dust out of the corner to making sure the windows were clean. So, buying or selling a home is very much like that, right? The day you put it on the market is the day you open the doors to the public. It's like the grand reveal, the launch, if you will, of the new business, right? So, there are some things that you can do, and I kind of narrowed it down to 5. There's probably 500 things you need to do. I will tell you this, anyone who messages me and is thinking about selling, I will give you a free checklist for getting your home on the market and getting it ready. And it's got a list of, a couple hundred things that you can do to get your house room by room. It's pretty cool, actually. So anybody who messages me for that, I'll give you a free home prep checklist. So we'll start off with hack number 1, right? Hack number 1 is simple. Clean your house. The thing to remember here is this isn't, you're just living in your home and everyday life, right? This is different. This is that big event that you're having people come over to your house. And so, your counters are clean and your bathrooms are clean. Everything's clean in the house, as clean as it can possibly be, right? Sometimes that involves, power washing the outside of the house, or just kind of, dust bunnies in the corner kind of thing. Same as, like I said, with the new construction. So for you guys, I think getting your house on the market, cleaning it involves kind of thinking outside of the box. I always used to say, here's a tip. I used to say, go into your home like it's not yours. So take yourself out, go for a walk, not like your normal zombie self where you walk through the front door and just go about your business. What I want you to do is get to the front door, take a deep breath, close your eyes for a second, and then open them. And pretend you're just coming to your home for the first time ever. This is a great little tip, honestly. I do it all the time with houses because it's easy to forget. I call it being snowblind. You go into a house and you see the same things over and over again, and you tend to forget about them. So in this case, you get to go in, open your eyes, and think about what's for sale or what you're going to do with it. So I think when you do that, you'll point out to yourself, oh, that looks like garbage. I need to fix that, or hey, that that needs to be fixed, or that needs to be clean. That's a real good tip for getting your house ready for the market. All right, so I'm going to give you hack number 2. Hack number 2 is another one. There again, I told you guys these are all pretty simple, but it sometimes hearing them makes it stand out to a little bit, and that's paint. In the grand scheme of things, paint is cheap, right? You can get a bucket of paint. You can put some paint on the walls and make it look good. So what happens is a lot of times you get a nice fresh coat of paint. It actually freshens up a house. If you can't do it, we have painters, and you should get painters to do it. I hate painting, just so you guys know. But you can, a fresh coat of neutral color paints, not reds, pinks, dark colors, those kinds of things. We try to keep those neutral as much as possible, only because you narrow down the taste of people. So, when you go into a house and it's a red room, then red room might be great and it might be beautiful. The problem is that there might be someone who has an aversion to red. You know what I mean? So we just want to keep the window of opportunity open to as many people as possible. So paint is a simple way to do it, especially those bold colors in a room that you kind of want to tone down a little bit. So hack number 2, paint. So let's go to hack number 3. Hack number 3 costs you a little bit of money. And let me explain. So when you've lived in a house and maybe you have a cat or a dog, or maybe you don't, but let's say you do, and they live in the house and you live in the house, and you clean your house regularly, you vacuum the carpets, you clean the floors, blah, blah, blah. But when you go to sell your house, there's something special about new, fresh carpet when you have it. Now, obviously, there's more desirable floorings than carpet in most cases. But in this case, if you're gonna get your house ready for the market, sometimes those main rooms that you've had carpet installed in, or you currently have carpet in, just need a fresher look. Cleaning doesn't always cut it, just so you know. I mean, I'm sure if you've lived in your home any amount of time and you've ever had your carpets cleaned, after you're done cleaning them, you look at them and you go, they look good, they don't look new, right? And sometimes getting the new carpet in there makes a huge difference in the presentation of your house. So if you can actually, there's also budget restraints, right? If you can't afford to do it, then cleaning it's the way to go. If you can't afford to clean it, then you vacuum it and make it look the best it can. So every house is different. But for top dollar, and you want to get that top dollar on your house, new carpet's going to be the way to do it. So that was hack number 3, is carpet. Hack number 4. Okay, so this one is, again, it's simple. It's something you can do yourself. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, and that is landscaping. Now, I call it landscaping or curb appeal. So it's kind of like the whole thing. Remember I told you about the whole power washing thing is important, blah, blah, blah. Landscaping is the first impression of your home, right? When people drive by, they see it. When people walk to the front door, they see it. When they walk to the side door, they see it. It's what attracts people to your home from the minute they walk in the door. I think it's critically important for that first step to be a nice presentation from the front door. And that involves curb appeal. Fresh mulch goes a long, long way, especially if you have, a lot of shrubbery and that sort of thing. Sometimes trimming the shrubs, maybe even planting a few flowers or something to bring some color to the front door or front entryway. I find that those things get overlooked because we're focusing so much on getting this stuff inside the house sold, ready for sale. So again, a little landscaping, a little curb appeal goes a long way. Sometimes also, before I go on to the last one, sometimes, just a fixture or a water fixture or a pot with plants in it, something like that goes a really, really long way at curb appeal. So remember, those are all things that can be done affordably. So hack number 5 is not really a hack at all. So sorry, I didn't tell you the truth. There's really only 4 real hacks. The 5th one isn't really a hack. The 5th one is price. And the reason that is so important is, and I'm seeing it every single day with every house that goes on the market. In our current market in Southern Maryland, what's going on here is we're in a bit of a seller's market here. We actually have about a little over a month of inventory. Normally we have as much as 8 months of inventory. So there aren't a lot of houses, so they go a lot faster, but price is really important. And what happens is, in a seller's market, people are pushing that price up to try and get a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually just a good thing. I mean, you want the market to improve and to make more money for people's houses. However, pricing it in the right spot is critically important. And that's where we come in, right? So as realtors, what we do is we look at the comparables, we look at what's sold, we look at the features inside those homes. Many cases, especially here locally, we've seen them already, right? So we've seen your competition. We know what was in that house, and that's our job, right? So what we can do is help you find just the right price that maybe provides you the equity that you need and gets it sold in the time frame that we want it sold in. It's really interesting how if you price it just a little off, it takes that much longer to sell. So that's why it's a hack, is pricing it right is critically important to getting it sold quickly. So those are our 5 hacks. I hope you enjoyed them, and I'll be back to talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.